watching AYV Television.
Famble Cabo and welcome to a special program where today now World Population Day, a special day where they set aside for raise awareness of population issues. Every July 11, every year, now World Population Day, where the UN be done mark for turn the world in attention to population business. 2018, don't mark 50 year where they be all one international conference we talk about human rights and family planning. Inside the conference, country them be agree say family planning business now one way for give rights to every person, especially mama and papa. This say go up for plan the number of pikin them where people and go born and save out for space the way and manner how people and the born. The theme for this year World Population Day now family planning now human rights. But Salon gets over 7 billion population where plenty people not aware but this day and up till now plenty people know the essence of family planning better one. Well, for come help me talk, but all waiting we get for talk today for educate the general public but World Population Day. I get with me Patrica Ba, we come out na the United Nations Population Fund UNFPA, we go say Cabo to Fambulo.
Fambulo, good afternoon.
And also I get Dr. Sartie Kenneh. We come out na the Ministry of Health and Sanitation we instead there so for educate people. But this day you can tell Fambulo how do.
Fambulo on how do.
Okay. Well, I'll go start with Patricia. Where Fambulo where they watch and listen, we go on for know the importance of this day. Why Salon for join the rest of the world for celebrate this day?
Thank you very much, moderator. As you don't rightly explain, say this night particularly set aside by the whole world for celebrate the World Population Day. It simply means that there are a lot of things around the human population where we need for take cognizance of the human aspect, the area of health, the area of education, the whole indices when you look at the human population, and then you look at. But this particular year, so when today, the theme we look at, they really stress on the issue of family planning, where not all man rights, where they say that human right, that means you be man, you be woman, you be a teenager, you be adolescent, everybody get rights for access them, for get them, for use them, as when you feel. So that whether you ready for get picking or you're not ready for get picking, or even for user for treatment. So this day now, they will look at the Human Development Index on the area of development around the human being globally. Then we can every year try to specify on one particular area what we want lay more emphasis on.
Okay, one we go to watch and listen, we now go on for say we get a population of 7 million people inside this country where plenty people know aware about family planning. Let's talking about the world population. There were plenty people know aware about, I believe say plenty man go say what in this mean and why we for celebrate time and all. One go on for ask, how this day important to the lives of family?
Thank you very much. This day very, very important. If you go back to the Sierra Leone statistics, then we'll tell you about the amount of women that will die, or will they die per year. Then we'll tell you about the amount of teenagers then, where especially the girl child, where can also die or develop disability out of problems. You will find out, say, if you look at, today at the listening news, when they look at the president in 100 days, you are people then they talk, say, hey, we're going to market the standard of living high, cost of living high. Why? Because some family then it's not a small size family with one or two people. We African, especially we Africans, them the minimum picking that we some family can get a 6 or 5. Then we get extended family. So if we look at the thing, their family then you will find out say they are more hit when it comes to condition standard of living. They are more hit when it comes to health issues. Now they more can get series of challenges that we then they face. So this day, very, very important for law we able for sensitize people, for law able for tell people, they say, yes, we know say the country, people then get different issues then, but the health aspect, especially with the thing when they look at family planning, is very, very important for the family for safeguard themselves against so many issues like diseases, because when you get small size family, you know, say if me first speaking, I born at the 5 year, the second one day 10, or the second one day 8, you'll find out say you get that enough time for space, and you will able born the picking the way you need at the right time. So family planning, they help the family for even that they're able for plan their economy at the home. Because if you find out say you get a very small family, or a family where you're able to cater for, then automatically the resources where you get, you will able to apportion them, for let you able to give them picking a good education, for let you able for attack any sick way one kind you way, or you picking their way, or you working way. So a lot of benefits there where people they need for know why this day are important and why this particular theme for this year is so important to the country and also to the family. Because when the family okay, automatically the community will be okay, and then the country itself as a whole will be okay. So that's the need. Okay,
Madam Patricia, I will come back to you shortly as we want to play a video clip of the Ministry of Health and Sanitation where the Minister Bidegi in statement towards the ministry. Okay, well, we go continue with the program as we go bring the material later. I come to you. Okay, well, we go ahead now for play the interview from the Ministry of Health.
Today, 11th of July 2018, we celebrate World Population Day. The theme of this year's celebration is family planning is a human right. 50 years ago, the United Nations International Conference on Human Rights resolved that parents have a basic human right to determine freely and responsibly the number and the spacing of their children. This resolution implies yes to planning by the family and a big no to planning for the family. Family planning thus became a human right for the couples to exercise, not population control to be imposed by the state. You know, this itself is a game-changing realization. Women and girls have the right to avoid exhaustion and the danger of too many pregnancies too close together. Men and women have the right to choose when and how often to embrace parenthood, if they so desire, if they want it at all. Every individual has the human right to determine the direction and scope of his or her future in this fundamental way of life. So today, as we celebrate World Population Day, we are effectively commemorating with the rest of the world that this is a landmark agreement. We celebrate the World Population Day to ensure that future generations never take this hard-won human right for granted. It has to be noted, however, that even after tremendous progress being made from 1968 to date, hundreds and millions of women, men, and young people all over the world, including those in Sierra Leone, are unable to exercise this right. They still have millions of women, even in our country, that lack the access to basic contraceptives. Therefore, family planning information and services cannot be restricted on the basis of race, sex, political affiliation, age, economic status, etc. Family planning in itself is a service that must be available, accessible, and acceptable to all. Such implications, therefore, suggest that we should respect human rights. We should respect the implications of such rights. And we cannot deny access to contraceptive services based on lack of authorization from either the husband, the partner, the parent, or if in fact the woman is unmarried. We should protect human rights related to family planning by ensuring that third parties do not limit people's access to contraceptives and to family planning. Today, we join the rest of the world to celebrate this landmark resolution to provide the required family planning and sexual reproductive health services by government to 1,300 family planning clinics. We also want to confirm that government is working to address the supply chain to ensure that the required contraceptives of the right quality are available throughout this country, irrespective of how remote the area you find yourself. Today, therefore, is a commitment by the Ministry of Health to young people, and especially to adolescent girls, that we will strive to ensure that your rights to good quality family planning information and services are upheld without fear of exclusion and stigma. We are determined to work with all Sierra Leoneans to reduce the unacceptably high maternal mortality in the country. Please recognize that His Excellency the President, Brigadier Retired Julius Maada Bio, in his inaugural address in May, clearly highlighted that as a nation, we must work out to provide adequate health services for women and girls. Finally, let us all join hands to uphold the right to family planning services, and for all our citizens and partners, in particular the UNFPA, to ensure the health and the well-being of our women and children. I thank you.
Okay, well, Fambul, that now the minister will be to give some insights about the World Population Day and what in the ministry don't they do so far for CC World Population Day and family planning, everybody aware about time. Well, I don't get other person we don't join with me na the studio where na doctor where na Ufouma Omo Obi we come on na the when are the country director for my stop, we don't join we are so for educate Fambul more on waiting this day mean. Tell Fambul how do.
I do, Fambul. Very delighted to be here again. I'm very happy to be here to talk about that special area and that special thing we do, which is contraceptives and family planning services delivery. It's so interesting to see the minister speak, you know, on this subject, on this special day. Okay,
well, I will come to you shortly as you just they join me inside the studio. Like come to Mr. Kenneh, we come up from the health ministry. You don't hear all waiting. The minister don't say then don't give 130,000 family planning kits to the health ministry, and also you don't hear you waiting. Patricia don't talk. But some of the challenges them where the family planning them, if people not continue for take for join the family planning will be problem. How then they can be challenged to the Ministry of Health where plenty people they forget for join the family planning?
Well, I tell you thank you. You know, interestingly, as the ministers say, and beginning from what Madam Patricia tell we, when you look at the population of the country and the dynamics of what it is, you get 42% of the people below 15 years of age in this country. Then about 30% of the people, they're between 15 and 35. So we get a very youth population. Yeah? So, and a lot of them, the population, the more of women them compared to man them. And if you look at the statistics we'll get where they come to the health sector now, yeah, when we talk about the maternal mortality in this country, 46% of all the maternal deaths them, who they get, now among teenagers or adolescents them. You understand? And a lot of them not supposed to even be pregnant. Yeah? So imagine the burden that will bring onto the health sector. So that's the one health sector side. Yeah? people that were not supposed to be mothers are already mothers at 19. We get over 30% of the children before 19, they are married already. And when you talk about marriage, you marry somebody, they're going in for bring up family. You understand? And with society where they up and about always, with child marriage still there, where teenage pregnancy not regulated, and with culture and other things, it bring a lot of burden. So the little resources who they even get for plan for those who they expect for really come within the system, they do, because they spread it now so thinly that it may not be enough. And of course, with West African countries, the Abuja target of 15% on health, we not meet them. So a lot of challenges can come.
Okay, let's bring in the country director for Maristop now. You know you're all waiting, Mr. Kenneh don't say towards the challenges them way the health sector the face with. Now, family way the watch go on for no force, waiting a family planning, and why it important for let people join family planning?
Well, thank you very much, moderator. Family planning, we they call them, I don't know what to say now, we they call them a method where woman or man can use to determine when to have babies or not.
Okay, if you're having problem with our Creole language, you can go ahead and speak English.
Okay.
People can understand you, yeah.
Yes. So family planning is a method of contraception. It's contraceptive. It's a device. It could either be pills, it could either be condoms, it could either be coil, or it could either be Captain Ban, or what is called implant, way that somebody can insert in the arm or in the vagina, and it can prevent a woman from getting pregnant. So, and when we talk about family planning or child spacing or healthy timing of pregnancy, it's about women recognizing, or it's about society recognizing that when a woman gets to the point of puberty, every month she has the capacity of getting pregnant, especially if she's having sex. And the only thing that can prevent her from not getting pregnant is a contraceptive device or abstinence. Abstinence from sex, not playing around sex at all. That's what can prevent pregnancy. But when we know as a community and a society that women and girls would be exposed to sex, our brother Dr. Kenneh just mentioned that we have the challenge of child marriage. What does children have to do with sex? That's a topic for another day. We've had a situation of teenage pregnancies. They become pregnant because they are having sex. And because sex is good. And so what contraceptive does, it gives the woman the power of choice to have pregnancy, or couples, a boy and a girl who decide to have sex, when to become pregnant or not. So contraceptive device is not a bad thing. And that's why the United Nations, the Tehran International Conference in 1968 decided to make family planning an issue of human rights, and that's what we are celebrating today.
Okay, so what we want to say, why is it important for people to join family planning?
The benefits are great, they are massive.
So
you have a family when you want, so it's not by chance. That's why for us in Maristop to say children by choice, not chance. A lot of pregnancy, you just made mention of some numbers. 46% of the maternal deaths we record is from pregnancies. And when you check, most of those pregnancies are not intended. So you have children by choice, one. Number two, we prevent maternal death. You don't know the burden, the death of a single person brings to a household or a family. Last week I was in this studio, or the week before, when we were talking about cover clothes, and I told you guys of the story of my housekeeper, not somebody very far, a 12-year-old girl, the cousin, died. What was she doing with pregnancy at 12 years old? That child has created burden on the society. That child could be a talent in the future. Then the other thing I want to talk about, why it's important for women to have family planning, is you are fulfilled. You can achieve your aspiration. I'm very delighted that if you have staircase children as a young lady, you won't be sitting here today. I know you can count a lot of your friends who became pregnant when they didn't want and they didn't fulfill their vision or their personal aspiration. So family planning helps women to achieve and fulfill their aspiration. Okay. And he made mention of something very big about the country able to meet and fulfill the aspiration of its people. That's why if you look at the New Generation Agenda, His Excellency Brigadier Julius Madabio retired, was never president when he put on the agenda the fact that family planning will be something big on his agenda, because he knows the only way to create what we call demographic dividend, that's the benefit we get from the growth of our population, is by having a healthy, productive population. And that's why family planning is very important. Look at the world today. Countries that have broken even, that have destroyed poverty, or that have good health outcomes or development outcomes, there are countries that embraced family planning or contraception earlier than today.
Okay, I'll come back to you shortly to tell us more if there is any after effects during family planning or something else. It comes straight to you, Madam Patricia Ba. Adolescent health, how adolescents are important to family planning?
Thank you very much. I think all the speakers, they know, stress the importance of family planning. Yeah. We cut across age. Once you don't begin mommy and daddy business. And if you look at the statistics where Dr. Kenneh gave, it tells when I also say 46% of the maternal deaths, women the way they die out of born business, adolescent, and are picking them between the ages of 10 to 19 to even to young adults to even 24 years. Okay. And if you look at that age, that's the productive age of the picking. Now the tendency the picking they go to school, now the tendency the picking get dreams, I want to be lawyer, I want to be teacher, I want to be nurse, like me, I want to be doctor. And the doctors they will do that the panel. So family planning, one thing where at the time we call who the drive the camp, society nothing left for will talk about family planning and adolescents. Because they feel say mommy and daddy business, sex, not to picking business. But I'll tell you one thing where they happen. The world is a global world, in the sense that the picking they get more information passed to the feel say they get. And the picking is sexually active past waiting with they assume. In the past we were lucky because at that time the man then be responsible enough in the by that what I mean, man then be afraid first time for even sleep out to small picking for say hey, that picking don't get belly. We've been lucky for let picking they go school, they even shame say I don't go get belly. You know, the culture be the sort of guide we for reach a stage before you go into marriage or waiting. But now the picking they begin sex at the age of 9. Some picking they begin sex at the age of 10. And when that happens, Dr. Khan is saying once you do mommy and daddy business, and woman don't reach that puberty, that means girl picking don't begin seeing period. Once you do mommy and daddy business, God mark you for born, you will get belly.
And that not the common word where plenty people will say once now God don't make a get belly, need no day for let I go pull them, or in fact some people not even they join family planning or Ufouma be they talk about the captain ban. Plenty people they talk about the after effects. How me no go join planning and all that for land no go can bomb. Some people they talk different things they were involved inside this family planning where plenty people not see and say them for join them.
Well, I'm glad he make one example. He say if you get picking there like staircase, that means if you get 4-5 picking at your age, you know this do and me myself you know go sit down. Family planning gets so many advantages, especially for adolescents we don't begin mommy and daddy business. It mentioned 2 words, abstinence, or if you don't begin, use family planning. And obviously, once you don't begin mommy and daddy business, my sister, family planning, nothing other than this, so you know, go small. If you eat past back, you must call it. You drink too much water, you will vomit. Yes, But family planning in disadvantage so minimal that most times it's insignificant. You understand what I try for say. So for me, I get 2 pikin. That is myself as an example. My first boy is 22 years. My titi is 17 years. There is a space between 5 years exact. You understand? Why? Because I joined family planning. I want to make sure say I complete my studies. I want to make sure say I get the degree I want. I want to make sure say I able cater for my pikin. I want to live a better life. I want to look young. I don't go show me age now on TV. Well, if I show me age, you will say, you know, fever. So why? Because family planning they help woman themselves for people body, for long we stay healthy, long we stay strong. You understand? And family planning, people they misunderstand and a bit say the disadvantage. You don't even use family planning for treating infertility. Woman can get problem for born or man. My brother from Maristos mentioned about say you born at the right time. Were you ready? Most of the maternal deaths, the pikin them, what thing they happen is they are not ready for the pregnancy, where they get and they go to quack doctor or so nurse or person we don't understand, they go stick them, then it go end up forget complication, it die, or it develop complication when they call fistula. If you can't get the belly, go for go born, it not mature. I'll tell you, not to the outside. Most of the people they assess girl picking from the outside. The body fine, you don't get shape, your body don't come on. No. The physiology, the inside, how the picking grow, it don't mature enough for push that picking way ready for born. All them things they. So family planning, they really give you that time there for let you mature as a woman, let you get your aspiration, you understand? They let good man see you and marry you. Because if you begin born at the age of 7, by the time you're 25, you don't born 6, then doctor will go marry you.
Okay, like I mean with Dr. Kenneh, you know you're always in Madam Patricia don't say way for make people for joint family planning. Una can get any problems them with young picking them we can go for born, waiting at some of the challenges them where una the doctor can go through for see them people them teenage picking the way they get belly born.
First and foremost, like we didn't talk. Belly not to sick at all. Yeah? Belly not to sick. But all what we know that at any point in time, belly can get complication. Yeah? And when the pikin just don't mature, what would they say, puberty, it don't begin mess. Yeah? It don't mess straight. That a challenge to ram itself. Now some physiological changes where it's still at that time not able to come to terms with it. Yeah? It can for take time for adjust and used to them thing then day. The changes when they take place in the pikin, be it boy or girl, at that time where you don't reach that puberty till they go, it's so fast. So if within that same time, it's still they try for cope. You know, say whether during that time then they, even the menstruation itself is a challenge. They keep girl picking out of school. We all know this. How for take care of farm and the infections can come in. I'm not saying now it can't get belly within that time. The physiological changes within itself, you don't understand. It still be a challenge. So all the psychological things and what they happen, what would they say in pregnancy? Now at that level, that area, that amongst them it can be. Yeah. First and foremost, the family challenge. How if I take care of the pikin? How you go even bring account to the pikin, to the people them? Ain't not get side for later on. You not get place for food for eat. Yeah. Then of course, everything at maturity. Just like okay, we have been in the medical school. There was one adage where they say, if I am to be born again, I want my mother to be at 24 years. Yeah. I want to be a 4th child. Yeah. And if I'm a twin, I want to be the 1st. Yeah. This is the key advantages that telling you the best time for a woman for born, they after we don't 20 or above, 22 going forward. Not too late again. That time the hormones they don't work on muscles and tendons and waiting there so much. You understand? That at least it will be flexible. At that time at 14, 15, yes, the bones are still not too waiting yet. Then the pikin get for come through that birth canal. The chances for let the baby die is so high. And the chances for let the pikin scrap because it will able to expand beyond where you're not going to come back to is high. You understand? So now I make the chances always for them cesarean sections and keep be high. But in our society again, where believe in for deliver outside, where believe say doctors enjoy one do operations, then they can delay for come. Yeah, and they delay for come because of even with the free healthcare, they may not come. So by the time they come, complications don't come in. Either the baby get problem, or the woman not able to take care of herself. The mindset not waiting, and relating this, if they survive, mostly that pikin they not wanted. You know, they take care of the pikin. Now then can pikin, there can always be bad people within the society, yeah, and so forth.
Okay, let me go back to you. One, we want to know if there is any after effects in joining family planning.
Okay, so friends back home and family, I want to say, and I want to build on what Madam Patricia said. There's Newton's law. So every action there's a reaction, and most times it's equal and opposite.
Okay.
Every family planning method that is available today has been scientifically proven to be useful as a contraceptive method or as a way for spacing births or delaying births or planning when to have your children.
Okay, please, I just want to ask, please tell us what are the different types of family planning before giving us the effects.
Okay, so there is the short-term methods. Short-term methods is the one that you can use immediately, like condoms, right? Male or female condoms, they are available. And we say male or female condom, they serve dual purpose, being that they prevent you from getting somebody pregnant or you getting pregnant if you use the female one. At the same time, also prevents the transmission of sexually transmitted infection, okay? So you have condoms. Then you have what we call the oral contraceptive pills. That one day now, the pills you need to take every day as a woman, you know, to either space your births or limit or whatever, depends on your choice. Then you have the implants, which is called popularly here as Captain Ban. Then you have IUD that you insert and put in the cervix. Then you also have the permanent method. We call it permanent method. That one is for both men and women. We have tubal ligations for women where we will tie the tube. Like the mommy say, you know, when you get to a point, you're a girl, you start having babies. We see when you go up country, you see somebody 20 years, 22 years, 8 children, 9 children, or 9 births, only 2 surviving. She's already looking frail, quarter to go, maybe 3 CS sessions already, or 5, or all through CS. So most times, some of those women, or some will have 9, their children are alive, they're like staircase. And she say, I don't want, you know, I'm done with pregnancy business. You can tie the tube up, okay? Then you have the one for men, which is called vasectomy. And where I was telling the country that we are going to bring that in August to Sierra Leone, so that men too, because most times these family planning
can
business,
join family planning.
Everything is like only women's thing. So men are always saying, you know, they carry their shoulder up. I don't want. Now we are bringing a method for you, and there are a lot of men who are also asking that they want to, you know. So for men who have finished man and woman business or childbirth business, you know, you are done. You don't want accidental discharge or somebody
coming like the age of 50.
It depends
45,
on whatever age. I've seen people who are 30 years old and they already have 8 children. Okay, everybody in the street, like you know, we all know, is giving, you know, the local champion, giving all the small girls around their pregnancies like a souvenir to everybody's child.
Okay.
What is he doing? Have 8 children already at 30. What are you still doing with childbirth? Can you look after them in the first instance? No set job, but you are riding. So some people, they want to come and say they need that method, that permanent method. It's called vasectomy. Okay. We are going to bring it. It's so amazing because it's all juices, no seed. You can just have sex, no problem of anybody coming back to tell you that I'm pregnant for you and all of that. But of course, you need to, like we keep saying, and that's why it's a fundamental human right. It's a choice a man or a woman has to make without coercion, without being under any pressure. It's a decision. And that brings me to your question around side effects.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about side effects is that you see Oga Dr. Kenneh that is here, or Honorable Minister that spoke just now, and His Excellency, they have the responsibility to ensure that every drug that comes into this country that is being used is safe for use by Sierra Leoneans. I would like to read something that, you know, that is part of the Tehran proclamation. They talked about quality. They said family planning method as part of 9 standards to uphold when we look at family planning as human rights. One of them is called good quality. That family planning information must be communicated clearly and scientifically accurate. Now, what does that mean? The thing is that governments, countries, the UN system that runs the entire world altogether make sure that all these methods of contraceptions are good for use. Now, the challenge that we have is about information, myths, and unfounded misconceptions. We all know, like the Mami was saying, if you drink too much food or eat too much food, you can colic. I've seen people visit me and they didn't tell them that there is seafood in the soups and they eat it, they start convulsing. It's not that seafood is bad. That's how they react to it. And so WHO, that's the World Health Organization, has defined and rigorously checked. And before those contraceptives are brought into this country, whether it's Coilo, Captibano, Depo, anyone, the Ministry of Health, the Pharmacy Board of Sierra Leone also will do double check. They will test as well whether it's good for use for Sierra Leoneans. And things that there's usually a small percentage of people that will react to a method of contraceptive uniquely or differently. So, and that's why I read this thing about quality, about accurate information. And that's what we talk about when we provide family planning to women and girls. You need to provide what we call balanced counseling. You need to counsel. You need to provide all the information. I've seen women that will say, me, if I join family planning now, I will grow like this. Told you. I've seen women who were like this. They joined family planning, they became like this.
So
it's about information. I say, my flow is much more. But the thing is that if we come for a method, we will tell you, using WHO eligibility wheel, to say, okay, if you choose for your age, for your this is the method. And if you say, okay, I want pill, we'll tell you that pill, you need to take it every day. Some people will look at, sometime I will forget.
Yeah.
Some say, no, okay, just give me injectable. If you take this one, your period will go this pattern. And this is that information you provide, and that's why we tell our providers.
So Maristop is providing all those information
Absolutely.
For people who are joining.
Whether it's Maristop, so whether it is a ministry, PHU, whether it's CHCO, any facility in the country, we all subscribe to this global standard of providing quality service. We know that, in every sector, people will, because of the crowd, may want to say, okay, you want this one, take, without providing the right information.
Okay.
But the thing is that when a client, and that's what we want our clients to do out there, when you come to the clinics, ask for all the information about the method. Okay. The human rights, the fact that family planning is a human right, places on you, the person taking it, to know about the method you want.
Okay, I'll come back to you shortly.
You.
I'll go straight to Madam Patricia Ba. What are some of the support where UNFPA they give for provide in family planning? Which supports them they give?
Thank you very much. When we listen to the minister in statement, he mentioned about the family planning kits we can at this country. One thing we may aware of is that presently UNFPA only provide all the family planning commodities for this country. In terms of also commodities, the one that we Dr. Don mentioned, the tablets or the injection or the this that then they provide them for the country and make sure say all the partners then get available. But before I go further, I just want to talk something about waiting Dr. Don talk. A fine follow with sister and with brother that did their own go on the right side, we get the right information, get the good quality family planning commodity we want for use. Because as he mentioned, Yes, we get pharmacy, they will sell pills, they will get, but you need for meet a healthcare provider we understand for tell you say yes, tablet if you take her now this we go do proper screening. Screening mean it go check you. You go wonder if you got hypertension, diabetes.
But you feel so we get all the system then they in place because if somebody come on like a young girl come on now go to one pharmacy, it just feels say if I take a contraceptive, it go say okay I want prevent myself not forget belly. Then go give them the tablets. You feel say time go there for let them check them if you get all these things.
This country, I mean a healthcare provider. I know say even pharmacy, they
then all the pharmacy then
it's supposed to be in pharmacies, not to all, because pharmacy then they by class. You get the patents, you get drugstore, then you get pharmacy. The pharmacy board, they make sure say they go through a proper screening before they give that license. And we're expecting for each pharmacy get a healthcare provider. You know they just go buy tablets. Somebody for the way for interpret how you for take this tablet when you for take them.
Then go interpret them, but for say scan you for tell you say you get this type sick, you get that type. You know they na them different pharmacy them for check you first before then they give you medicine.
I sure say this program we get right now for let we inform people, they don't tell people, let us sensitize them.
Exactly.
It's just one area.
Yeah.
All government facilities supposed to provide family planning services. Nurses then they, doctors then they. The reason why I mention that is because like what thing they talk about side effects. If you're not going to the right side, for let them tell you say, okay, you got hypertension, you got diabetes, okay, this not take this medicine, and this you for take, because everything they will must give you that direction. I make I say, if I let them go on the right side, whatever facility, once they're able to get the healthcare provider, you find out say I say healthcare provider, I don't say nurse. Healthcare provider can be doctor, it can be nurse, it can be pharmacist. You understand? We'll get the right information so that it will know how to take it. Now I come back to the issue of the support to the UNFPA. Will they provide the drugs? UNFPA they support government for train healthcare providers. All the one the way you see all the highlights, the family planning, some of the financial support, they come up from UNFPA, they go there. Minister talk and Dr. Kenneh, they mentioned in the statement about the last mile. UNFPA don't even come into the supply chain management of the drug. That means from outside the manufacturer, can right inside the capital city through the port. It can at the capital city that medical stores. UNFPA they provide support to make sure say that family planning commodity come up from that store, go right to the pharmacy them, the health facility them, where na government own, or we they make sure say my stores they not they lack their supply. They make sure say they self get for meet the people them. The UNFPA also involved in a lot of sensitization process. Like what they na so right now through the support of UNFPA for make sure say we inform the populace, we inform people them about the importance of family planning, and also mind you, it's not only the UNFPA mandate is not the only talk about family planning no more. It look at women there and God picking their welfare. You understand? So that at the end of the day, when you get belay, you go born safe, you not die, and you picking no go die. So even apart from the family planning support, if you go to adolescent health, you there UNFPA. You there about teenage pregnancy reduction, you go see that because none are part of their mandate. So make sure say them picking us so we don't begin mommy and daddy business, then they get the right information. So you need the right information and then you need the services. So you don't pay the support in all the areas they need. Make sure say the information is there, make sure say there is increased awareness in the community from access the commodities, and also for make sure say that them needs where doctor they talk about. If they find out say someone say me I know join family planning because they make her become obese, or I know they join her because they say well I join her I go bleed too much. But if you get the information, so you have to also even involve for support government or all the agencies there to look at the policy aspect, to look at the standards where they for use, that some of their facility have to provide the services. So you have to pay when camp at that side, now their own baby, now their own area of interest. So that they support government, they support partners, who they call implementing partners like Magistoves, PPSL, to name but a few, where they make sure that their services they are available to demand there as well as the woman. Okay,
well, Fambu, the program where they watch and listen to it in a special edition program where they come to you for commemorate the World Population Day. Well, now we can't take a poem where Vicky the poet it do for this particular day today for commemorate this day. Well, let me see.
It has no room for nepotism. It does not tolerate tribalism. Patriotism is nationalism. It is like the sun. It brightens our day like the moon. It lightens our night. Patriotism gives sight to our insight. Being patriotic is to be optimistic. I am not trying to be pessimistic, but the lack of it, our land will turn into wilderness, left to wilder and hinders by heart of bitterness. Patriotism is to give in your soul towards nation building. And please be bothered to appreciate the work of thy brothers. Show love not only to your mother, but also to others. The ants are patriots to their colony, to satisfy your nation at the expense of your generation is no felony. So instead of following the foreigners on the social media, why won't you follow me? I need your support, so please give it. Do not borrow me. To be more realistic, being patriotic is to be unique. It blooms are inspirational fragrances and hinders our doubtful hindrances. Patriotism maximizes efficiency and marginalizes deficiency. Patriotism is the ultimate key to unlock the vault of transformation within our nation, within a limited time duration. Be patriotic. On this beautiful day, I support the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA, to celebrate World Population Day.
Well, Fambo, that's not the poem where Vicky the poet do for the World Population Day, patriotism. As you say, though you read the words them, I believe say you go learn from everything where Vicky the poet don't say. As today na the World Population Day, I get me Fambo them inside the studio. We come up from the Ministry of Health and also Maristop and also UNFPA where they are so for educate the public why family planning is important na people in life. As Yusuf Doyeri say, plenty people they born where they not ready yet for born. Where that's not good. Now you make family planning day for let you go prevent yourself and protect your family. Boku pikin is not good na the country. Where that's not the help the country for push go before. Well, I come to Dr. Kenneh from the Ministry of Health. You know, you're all waiting, we don't discuss inside us today. Now, who supports the Ministry of Health? They give for CC family planning. Go before reach all and corner them where if for reach for CC people and get the awareness, the understanding for joint family planning.
Okay, I tell you thank you again. One of the almost everything where they happen within the health sector and the responsibility of Ministry of Health and Government of Sierra Leone. So we're grateful where UNFPA and with colleagues and the support. But coming to the fundamental thing, we're able to set up the strategic direction. We don't set them up. How we're able to carry everything about reproductive health, where family planning are one of the key priorities in it. We set the space as how we go about. Of course, the advocacy need to be high. One thing about family planning, Ministry of Health alone not able to do. We really need the backings. With all the support where they talk about, we all the talk now, we still there at 16%. You know, prevalence of the contraceptive prevalence rate is about 16%. We're not today one day. We're for there above 50 or so. Yeah, we know we don't make some gains and we'll go there at the critical. So there are a few more things apart from only the availability. Of course, the availability itself will get for make sure that they are constantly available. So would they work with UNFPA? Would they work with WAHO? Very soon WAHO self will come on for come see how we then go able to support so that we'll get commodity security. Yeah, the training of the head staff them for get the skills. We support with all other partners. We provide. We get the human resource for actually teach them not only in the private but also in the public sector, so that they go able deliver their services then they for be of a quality, high quality, and above all, if it be safe. Yeah, that is the right information. Going forward, we are working with work with other ministries. Yeah, because you get different levels them. Okay. You get the pregnant, the married woman. Then for them, to me, a bit okay. Yeah, then they're already married. So the post-delivery contraception, then they easier. Although now they would still get some challenges, so now we can use the community entrance point, because we all already know with culture. With cultural background, no man they no one let the woman then even join family planning. Maybe these are
okay. Like I come to you. Finally, what are some of the factors women should consider when taking a contraceptive?
Well, things that women can consider when they think about contraceptive is about, I will start by saying this first before I talk about the factors. Number one.
In 1 minute, please.
Any woman who comes to our clinics or to our outreach team is not sick. So women who want contraceptives are not sick people.
Okay.
It's a need. So, and there are several needs. Women can have the need for wanting to space bets, like she's a perfect example, 5 years in between. Some may want to limit pregnancy. Okay, they want to just limit, they don't want again. They are done, dusted, and some may want to, space their bets. So it depends on the needs. So we want to encourage women, look at what are your needs. Do you want to space? Do you want to limit? Do you want to delay pregnancy? That's the last one. You want to delay pregnancy, like people, adolescent girls. Do you want to delay pregnancy? It's a choice for you.
Okay. Madam Patricia, what will be your final message to people where they watch and listen to? We wait for things say yes this day is really important for we celebrating. What's celebrating?
Thank you very much. So, my listeners, I want to tell when I say this day important for me and we all, because this day I want for we, the woman, the man, the adolescents in particular, for Lord we join family planning once we do mommy and daddy business, so that this boy could die, we will reduce them. Because now 46% of the women the way they die, still they adolescents and teenagers there. Do you me once for Lord we join family planning? Go na the right side, go na any government facility, or you go na private like PPSM and stops. They're always ready for give you the information, the right information, and guide you on which one will go fit your own body. Once you get the right one, you will receive the way you're ready as an adolescent. When you don't do your school, you don't get settled. You can born with picking them, and your life will save.
Okay, like unto Dr. Kenneh, we go give brief advice to people out there as they come up from the health ministry.
Yeah, my advice to we all now for say let's get the right information that it cut across everywhere. The Ministry of Education come in, every other person, the adolescents, the small picking, when we give them a good information, not to say that they practice the family planning inside the school, but we all know say well informed, decision making, and then with family planning, one, it reduce the fatigue. First and foremost, the exhaustion. When woman they born get belle boku belle na exhaustion. So let's minimize the exhaustion with the woman that they go through, the trauma, the problems, and then the the backward bokubon they able put them bien. And then we take family planning up.
Okay, plenty thank you to una all for where you don't join we and don't educate the general public of the World Population Day. We're in a special day where they set aside for raise awareness to population issues them and family planning. Well, Fambul Nayaso, we go tap in today's edition of World Population Day. Me don't be your presenter, Maria Mansare. So till we meet again, have a blessed day.
You're watching AYV Television.